Hello, I'm Toycat, and you know how there's a fair number of furniture packs in the Minecraft store these days? Have you ever wondered, what if there were furniture packs where you could fight the furniture to the death for some reason? Well, that is something that is answered by this Furniture Super Portal, a brand new map which seems to pose that exact question and allows you to pick various classes and fight against big and small furniture types alike. I don't honestly understand who this is made for or why, but it is something I'm intensely curious about, and in case you are the same, welcome back to Store Sunday, the weekly series where we check out Minecraft store content and I let you know if it's worth checking out in some way. So let's pick up Furniture Super Portal, which costs 830 Minecoins, which is just under $5 in case you're curious. So quite a high price, for any Minecraft map. I mean, some people say any price is a high price, but it's a little bit of a higher price than their last map, but their last map was pretty fun. Does this map deliver a better experience, especially given the price, and especially given the goofy concept which stares you in the face even when you make your world? That is something I guess we're about to find out. So yeah, in case you didn't watch my video about the previous Super Portal map, the concept was like, hey, what if wave-based gameplay inside of Minecraft? I thought it was a pretty, fun idea, but it kind of lacked the substance to keep it going in the long run. So I'm curious as to how this one stacks up the same, because it seems to be similar concept in terms of everything. Like, this is almost cookie cutter from the previous map, but with different icons. Like, that's a golf club for some reason. Oh, because he's a dad, it seems. But yeah, there's like slightly different classes looking, but all of the map material, even the spawn room, is exactly the same from that video. So the signs already are looking concerning. Also, apparently the lore behind the map is that there's a furniture store that's opened and they have the lowest prices in town, and the store cannot be destroyed, but neither can their prices. So you get to fight everything that would be in a furniture store. So this is a wave-based survival system, or horde game mode, where you're fighting against a furniture store, as you can see over here. This is the super boss. It's a big chair. When we see the big angry chair, we know we've gone too far, apparently. So yeah, I'm going to be entirely honest, this is ridiculous. There's a lot of stuff that makes me curious here, but I'm not going to write it off already. I am going to play this and maybe it'll be super fun. So as far as classes, the ones we can pick by default include a newspaper, or the butler. I mean, fine. We've got this one, the kid, we've got the mum, and we've got the brother. So yeah, they're going for a very, I guess, family theme. So I guess I'm going to be the mother, and by the way, very offensive that the mother has the broom. Like, why is it not the kid that's doing the cleaning, or the brother, or the dad? Just saying, stereotypical, I can't even, whatever. Let's give this a whirl, shall we? Let's use our unbreaking broom and our power 5 bow, and let's see if we can defend ourselves for some time. Also, I've only realized this just now, but it's totally IKEA, right? Like, the furniture store, it didn't hit me until just now, but like, oh, it's that furniture store. The one furniture store everyone goes to, unless you have lots of money otherwise, I guess. And then from these middle portals spawn some enemies. So this is meant to be a phone or a games console or something. I'm not even entirely sure, but it's zombies, basically. We can kill them with 3 brooms, or presumably 1 bow. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty cynical about this already. I'll try and hold back most of the criticism for now, because I wanna like really give the map a try. I wanna believe this can be a good map to play with the friends, maybe the family, maybe get the family butler and the maid involved. That this could be a map like that. So let's try and see the good before we dive into the not so good I'm already spotting. By the way, it seems you get an arrow every time you kill an enemy, so as long as you're not too inaccurate, you can get an almost perpetual source of experience, which is nice if nothing else. And obviously, it's the same as every other horde-based game mode. The more enemies you kill, the more that are going to start spawning, including clocks like you just saw there. But yeah, the game gets harder and harder because over time, more and more things are going to spawn. That's the whole point. It gets perpetually harder to challenge you, not only how long you can play, but also how many enemies you can beat. It's the eternal thing that every game has, whether it be zombies or whether it be I think there's literally called horde mode in one of the Halo games, right? Lots of games have this concept. It's not particularly unique to Minecraft or this map. And then the clocks are literally obviously skeletons. I mean, like, how many clocks do you know that can fire arrows at you? I mean, not many clocks that I've seen in my life. But yeah, so it's reskinned zombies and skeletons and apparently other mobs too, based on this bed that's just spawned. Oh god, this is terrifying. It feels like we're playing the most cursed version of Minecraft that exists right now. Like, look at what's happening here. There's a bunch of weird furniture-like zombies and skeletons on screen, while there's a giant bed commanding the army. So yeah, there's a bunch of clocks defending the bed right now, and I just don't know how I'm meant to feel about this, because I don't feel good. This feels like the weirdest, most uncomfortable thing I've seen. Again, I guess that's literally the definition of cursed Minecraft, right? But yeah, the bed makes you blind too, by the way, because that's what beds do. See, the weird thing about this pack is I don't even necessarily think it's that awful an idea, but I think it's way more designed for interesting screenshots than anything else. Like, so I killed a giant bed. Now I can be the babysitter. And like, you know, like that wasn't a particularly engaging fight, but it was visually intriguing as all heck. I feel like it makes very shareable images. And I mean, on the store, the only thing people can sell their maps on usually is the images. So I feel like this will be a very successful map just based on that alone, because who doesn't want to fight the giant bed and all of the, again, I forgot what they're meant to be, mobile phones, games consoles. They seem like a weird mixture of all those things. But like, yeah, it seems as though this map isn't necessarily built to be entertaining to the, I don't know, to the masses, let's call it. But instead it's meant to be terrifying to everyone. Like, look at this. It's a giant, like, sofa chair, or whatever it's called, one of those couch chair things. Like, a giant chair is spawned, and that's my enemy now, and it's chasing me around a furniture store. Oh, it actually just killed me. Although it's called a slime in the game code itself. And I think it goes without saying anything else that that was one of the stranger experiences of my life. But yeah, the map has a couple of really cool concepts in it. I feel like wave-based Minecraft is something that isn't explored enough. There aren't enough maps that do this in any real significant way. So, you know, the fact that it does the horde-based Minecraft thing, that is interesting, that is intriguing, that is unique in my opinion. The fact that it has some unique models for unique mobs that you don't otherwise see that fit thematically within there, that's pretty cool. But, you know, I feel like that's all this map has to stand on, and, you know, it might be successful because of that, but the reason I'm not going to recommend it to you, if you're on the fence about this, is because this is pretty much a carbon copy of a map they made earlier. If you liked that map and you were considering that map, then yeah, buy this one instead of that one, I guess, because everything is the same about this and that, except this is a more polished version. Like, for instance, the same thing where they've used an old-style Minecraft world. It's a tiny world. It's 256 by 256. The edge of the world is just over there. I shouldn't stand so close to the edge. But, you know, they've done this really cool skybox thing, but it is still just a texture pack with a small world with a few little, you know, quirks here and there. But the quirks are still only surface deep. The promise was, you know, like, oh yeah, well, it's a brand new map. We're going to add brand new things in here. The only brand new things they've added is like a new theme. Yeah, it looks like we're in an IKEA showroom. I get that. That's clever. But the same basic mechanics are 100% the same between this map and that previous map. Like, I ran around the edges of this trying to find, like, is there anything unique here that, like, adds some more gameplay value? No, there's not. This is just different environments for you to run through while you attack the phones and the clocks and the whatever else you want to believe they are. You know, like, and that might be great for you. That might be a wonderful thing. You just might like that this is an opportunity to really use a crossbow on lots of different enemies, because, you know, multi-shot and survival, not so useful. Multi-shot here, kind of great. There are some benefits you could maybe argue to this over a base survival world, but the truth is, it doesn't innovate on the wave-based concept that it last did. It was flawed in the last map it made, and rather than improving based on the criticism, or rather than trying to scrap it, start again, they took the same map, they very lightly changed the texture pack so that the enemies were slightly different, and now the polar bears are super cats, but besides that, it's literally just they are reskinning something they previously made, and I don't know if I feel good about that. I feel like the store, the reason that we, you know, people like the store, the reason the store is this, you know, like a resource that you can put up with, because let's be honest, if you ask the community, do you want microtransactions in Minecraft? Most people would say no. You know, some people would say yes, some people would say no, but it'd be heavily weighed out to the no. But the big argument in favor of it, in spite of that fact, is it allows creators to create amazing things and be paid for that work. You can still get maps for free outside the store if you want to, but the ones inside the store, you know you'll be supporting a creator making something unique and creative, right? However, when you buy this map, you're not doing that. You're supporting a creator for something they had previously made, and now you're doing it in a slightly different way. This isn't innovation. This isn't anything new. This isn't even, you know, like, again, within the realm of what it's doing already. If you haven't heard of the previous map, if you hadn't seen it, it's still not particularly innovative. The levels of difference between the basic concept that you could come up with, like, oh, what if we add horde mode in Minecraft, and this isn't that much. They didn't spend that much time focusing on the gameplay, and, you know, cynically, a part of me says, well, I mean, therefore it seems as though this wasn't a huge priority for, you know, making something artistic and cool and unique. Instead, it seems as though it was the priority was like, what if we can make a new map, you know, as fast as we can, reuse existing assets, and just make it again and again and again. It's something you see on the App Store, and it's one of the big problems of the App Store, is that when there's too much emphasis given to individual new maps, when updated maps aren't, you know, rewarded in the same way that new maps are, you have a problem where instead of updating existing maps, this could have been an update to the existing map, but they wouldn't have made more sales as a result, so they just made a brand new thing that is exactly the same, except slightly different enough that clearly whoever does the marketplace review didn't notice it was the same map because they hadn't played the previous one. And yeah, now it's in the situation where, oh, there's now basically two of the same map on the store. The old one you'd never want to buy in comparison to this because, you know, even though they're basically the same. This one has beds, which are terrifying and probably the main reason you're buying it. And yeah, personally, I think it's a real shame that maps like this are allowed to come out because there is a limited amount of space on the Minecraft store. The new section of the Minecraft store is where most of the clicks, most of the sales, most of the traffic is driven to because, you know, all the various, that's where the game leads you to all the time. And then when that's allowed to be taken up, not just by brand new maps that, you know, a team of people have worked a long time on, basically full time or like, you know, a significant amount of time on, when that's allowed to take the same precedence as someone who took their existing map, reskinned it slightly, you know, admittedly, they built this area that looks kind of like a furniture shop, but you know, the fact that the only unique thing here is the furniture shop and the furniture mobs, which only spawn every 50 levels anyway, when that's allowed to be considered the same amount of unique, the same amount of deserving of money and of your time or your attention, that to me seems like a concern. That to me doesn't seem like an ideal outcome. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, but the way, you know, Minecraft maps work with Minecraft Bedrock, because you obviously can decide to pick up your free maps still, but the reason a lot of people would like to choose to buy from the store is either convenience or because they want to support, you know, various creators in making what can be really cool things that might not have been made otherwise. You can, you know, you can send the message that it's that second thing, but you can't send that message that we're working on making new things possible that have never been done before. You can't send that same message while also allowing people to reskin the same maps and release them time after time after time again. Obviously, this is just one example, but it's one I didn't spot until I bought the map. It looked like it was a sequel. It looked like it was a brand new thing they'd come up with by the same developer, but no, it's the same idea. It's the same everything. Copy, pasted, reskinned, used again. Also, here's the giant chair again. Oh, God. Yeah, this thing is just not going down no matter how much I want to fight it. Again, say what you will about the rest of this, but the design of those chairs, as terrifying and ridiculous as that was, actually was pretty good in my opinion. But it seems this entire map hinges on that one concept that like, oh yeah, there is a cool thing in here. The cool thing does happen to be that. And otherwise, you know, like having giant cats, like it's just a cat model that can attack enemies, right? Like that. It doesn't feel like there's anything massively leaking here. And, oh, okay, this is death, right? This is over. And yeah, it's a shame about this map because I'm sure if I was a marketplace developer, I'm sure if I was trying to make it big, the incentive systems would lead me to do something like this. Rather than making updates for existing maps, which no one's gonna see anyway because you'd have to specifically go out of your way to download those updates. So you've got this problem where people won't know about updates, people won't buy the maps, even if you make huge updates for the game. So instead what happens is you're encouraged to make new maps all the time. But the Minecraft store is a limited resource place. You might think that because someone's willing to buy something, they're a happy customer, but no, there are lots of unhappy customers, especially if you wanted to support this developer, be like, yeah, oh, it's a new one of those super portal maps. I like the last one. You would feel scammed after buying this, and you have no recourse. The way the Minecraft store works is there's nothing you can do about that, like how there's nothing I can do about this giant chair that wants me dead. But the Minecraft store has no recourse method. There's no refund, even within like 30 seconds. You know, if you don't know Play Store and the iOS store, they have a small grace period. Steam has a couple of hours. Minecraft store has nothing. Even if you send a message to support, there's no guarantee you'll be refunded because they like their no refund system. But you need to have a better idea of like, is this just iterative? Is this a brand new thing? What am I supporting before I buy it? And yeah, it's a real shame. So systemic problems with the marketplace this map raises aside, is Furniture Super Portal a good map? Is it one that I recommend and would like for you to check out and think is worth your money? Well, that comes down to like, are you fine with buying a map that you know will be replaced in, you know, what might be a month or 2 months? Are you fine with buying a map that isn't going to be updated explicitly, it seems, and instead the focus is going to be on making new things, and you know, the new version will be out in 2 months and your version will be worthless? If that's fine with you, if you like buying a map once, that's all good. But something I think that marketplace developers should do more of is focus on Minecraft maps like as a service, right? And something the marketplace should enable is that you should be, if you make a significant update to a map that people can download for free if they've already bought it, that should be a good thing. Because again, because the Minecraft marketplace doesn't have a refund system, it might seem like it's a good thing when you convince someone to buy a map, you know, for the first time. It might seem like it's great if people buy maps, you know, more and more maps, then that seems like a serious improvement, right? But no, you've got to work out, are people happy with the things they've bought? That's how you determine if the store is doing good or not, in my opinion. There is an uphill opinion battle against the store in a lot of players' minds, so rather than, you know, like having them spend their first $5 on $10 or, you know, like how much you can actually spend on a map in the store, rather than having them spend that amount and feeling like, oh, I got 20 minutes of entertainment and now I've realized I'm kind of done with that. That shouldn't be the situation that comes up. The situation should always be like, oh yeah, well I bought the map on the store and it was actually really great. And then get this, they had added support later because that's something the marketplace can do that free maps can't. Focus on doing things that free maps can't rather than just being a way to sell what would otherwise be free maps to players, and the store will be a great thing. If there is an emphasis on updating your existing maps regularly, updating texture packs when updates come out rather than just leaving them to die because, you've already sold the money, having systems that allow this to be done better for the marketplace developers is something I think Mojang should be doing, but also every individual marketplace developer should be working on too, rather than saying, oh well, I guess if there's no new updated tab, why update previous maps? Let's just release new slightly changed versions. I don't think that should be the attitude at all, but yeah, overall, if we leave all of that aside, I would say this map is solid. It's fun, it's great. You've just got to bear in mind it has an expiry date, which is kind of counter to the point of the marketplace as a whole, in my opinion. So yeah, I really like this map. I feel like you could have a lot of fun with friends with this. I feel like it has the exact same issues as the original though. None of those have been actually fixed or addressed. They've just been slightly changed. The bosses are more interesting, but the same bosses. There is only going to be 3 or 4 bosses amongst the whole thing. And as cool as it is to see, the chair for the very first time, look how terrifying this is to be in a one-on-one fight with a genuine chair for some reason, even if the chair kills you. The truth is, there just isn't that much variety between the enemies, between the bosses, etc. And although that's fine when you're having a nice casual game with friends, and when you play for the second time, you can still have a wonderful time, picking classes and synergizing and doing stuff like that. And the fact that this also works by yourself, a lot of multiplayer maps just ignore one-player things, which, I think is kind of counter to the thing, because a lot of Minecraft is played by yourself. That's a lot of the fun of it, in my opinion. So it's cool that the map focuses on multiplayer in spite of that fact. It's cool that the map does have a few unique bosses, but I think the replayability of this map is seriously hindered, and if you're going to drop $5, if that feels like a nothing payment to you, then sure, this is a great map. But if you feel like, every purchase you make is an investment, if you feel like, $5 is too much to drop on a whim because you kind of want to see yourself be eaten by furniture, or maybe you just like using super splash cleaner on enemies and you enjoy cleaning them up because you're a maid, as I am in this game, you're going to find lamps that fire at you, which, fun fact, I mean, is close enough to how light works, right? Like, it just fires into all of our eyes. But you're gonna see stuff like that all over this map, and that might be your perfect idea for a map. If you're willing to drop £4 or $5 on something that is this great one-time experience that, might have some replayability, but not necessarily a bunch, then, again, that's fine. I feel like there's always this thing when it comes to value of, like, value depends on what you, determine a certain amount as worth. $5 to me seems like a lot. $5 to you might not seem like much. This might seem like the best ad in the world, and that's what Store Sunday is kind of partly here for. There are some things which are objectively bad, and I objectively don't recommend buying. Extreme Skyblock. Extreme Skyblock. Don't know why it's on the store anymore. Don't know how that's not been removed. But there's, besides my coughing fit there, I hope I didn't say anything. There are a lot of maps which are objectively awful or bad value. I wouldn't say this map is objectively bad value, but it does show a hole in the, a flaw in the store, and it also, represents a willingness to exploit that hole in the store. But yeah, overall, this is a map which is, something which isn't necessarily unique. It's something that isn't necessarily, great on the level of, like, how much it's adding for the value that it's charging you. But in terms of, is this fun? It is fun. You can ride a giant toilet around as you fight, monsters that look like clocks and beds and literally beds and lampshades, and this is the dream for someone out there, and I don't want to deny you of your dream. I am saying that there are maps that are more unique, but I'll admit there are no maps where you can fight lampshades using super cleaner if that's all you want in the wild. So I'll kind of concede that there are worse maps on the store than this for the price, and that for a lot of people this is going to be fine. I'm just not among those people, and I hope you're not either. So with that said, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. I hope it gave you a little bit of a useful insight as to what Super Furniture Battle is actually all about. Sorry, Furniture Super Portal. And yeah, I'll be honest, I mean, I've been playing it for this amount of time. You can probably work out I enjoy it at least somewhat, so keep that in mind with your judgments. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'm gonna go out on a bang now, so goodbye. That's right, slain by a giant lamp, or a zombie as it's called. Oh, incidentally, while we're at the end here anyway, you know, while we stand inside this lobby that's been perfectly reused from before, let me just quickly mention one of the big issues of this series. You know, Store Sunday or Store Saturday, the weekly series where we check out maps that isn't actually weekly, because I don't want to check out something every week, just for the sake of it. But one of the interesting things about this is if we go to the Store tab, oh, it's called the Marketplace now. As you might know, in 1.12, they actually changed it to be called the Marketplace, not the Store. So what we could do instead of Store Sunday, that's sometimes on Saturdays, we could have Marketplace Monday, that's always 2 days early. So Marketplace Mondays, except it's never on Mondays, it's always on Saturdays. Because, you know, if you don't have the name of the series have alliteration in, it will just objectively fail. So, you know, keep that in mind as you go forwards. Or we could just call it Store Saturday anyway, and, you know, like, use our own terminology instead of the one in Minecraft. That's always a possibility, I guess. So, yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, and then I'll maybe read those. Oh, wait, look, the comments down there. Also make sure to hit the like over there somewhere, and to hit subscribe, which is either just up there or just down there, depending on your device. Maybe it's like up there. Wherever the subscribe button is on your screen, make sure to smash it or whatever. Also, hit the bell. You know how it is. YouTubers ask you to hit the bell, because it gives you actual notifications as opposed to, like, sometimes when I upload, you might possibly see it sometimes. Wouldn't you like to always probably see it? You can hit that bell or follow me at Twitter, IBXToyCat. Thank you for watching this video. I will tell you now that when I release my map, which is going to be fairly soon, I am going to launch regular updates for it. And I think that that is something more Marketplace people should do, and that's one of the big points I'm raising in this video. Also, just to add something at the end of this video, because this was announced just after I finished the video, but 4J Studios is actually releasing a brand new Marketplace map on next Tuesday, and yeah, this is a very interesting transition for 4J, I think. It's something I'd love to talk about for a bunch of different reasons, and let me know if you'd like to see me cover the Jungle Explorer map from 4J next Tuesday. Again, generally speaking, 4J only releases a few pieces of content a year, so they're generally much better, as you can tell by this actual cheetah as opposed to just a giant cat, or as you can tell by these giant cavernous areas that seem to have been created by a whole team, or as you can see it basically, you know, like, there's actual packs of actual, like, gameplay and reasons to do it, and bosses that are actually custom made. There's a lot of interesting stuff I'm very curious about. Let me know if you are too, and maybe we can cover it on Marketplace Monday, but it's on a Tuesday. Maybe it's a live stream. Let me know, comments down below, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.